6 drivers. They're going to be chasing a $75,000 prize from a total purse of over $212,000. What do you say we meet our starting lineup?
Let's do it. 100 laps. Again, it will be Delaware double file restarts. Still 10 or less laps to go in this race. On the pole will be the current Midwest Sheet Metal points leader in the Lucas Oil Series, the 49 out of Blairsville, Georgia. It's Jonathan Davenport, and a driver looking for a career best victory. He's in the tie Touring number 9 out of Mooresville, North Carolina, the NOS Energy drink car. That is Nick Hoffman.
The only Stinger chassis in the field comes to us out of Mount Holly, North Carolina. It's Chris Ferguson in the 22. He starts 3rd. And to his outside, Brandon Overton. He's a former winner of this event. He will start 4th on the grid.
They will celebrate in Batesville, Indiana all month long if Dustin Dobby can come home with a win here tonight in the 5N. And on the outside, another driver who will, can I say tear the grandstand? We don't want to tear the grandstands down.
He's taking them home with him.
He's taking them home with him. That is Jason Jameson right across the river here from Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
Well, his dad's won the race, but tonight he tries to get his first win in this race, starting 7th on the grid out of Dresden, Ohio, the 99 of Devin Moran. And to his outside, he's won a lot of big races the past few years. This is not one of them. Does that change tonight? Defending series champion out of Chandler, Arizona, Ricky Thornton Jr. in the 20 RT.
Zach Dome has made a lot of crown jewel races in his career, but he has never won one. Is tonight he'll start 9th. He's out of Cross Lanes, West Virginia. And on the outside, last year's Spring and Southern Nationals champion, first full year in the Lucas Oil Series, the top rookie. He too looking for career best win. Dawsonville, Georgia's Donald McIntosh.
Inside of row 6, he's had speed all weekend. Can he come from 11th for a career win? Out of Lincolnton, North Carolina, the 93 of Carson Ferguson. And to his outside, a driver that had heartbreak, crashed with a lap car while leading a prelim last night from Winfield, Tennessee. It's Mike Marlar making his 14th event start.
Josh Rice is going to have to go to backup car. He's won over a dozen races here the last 4 years. He's at a credit in Kentucky. And on the outside, trying to win 3 in a row, 4. That both would be a record. That's Bobby Pierce out of Oakwood, Illinois. He starts 14th here tonight.
Inside of row 8, a prelim winner back on Thursday. It's Garrett Alberson, the hot shoe out of Las Cruces, New Mexico in the 58. And to his outside, 3-time event champion, 4-time Lucas Oil champion from Newport, Tennessee in the 20, Jimmy Owens.
Hudson O'Neill trying to join his dad, Don, as a former winner here in the North-South 100. He's out of Martinsville, Indiana, the 71. And on the outside, the number 1, in his return to the Lucas Oil Series this year, he's out of New Berlin, Illinois. It is Brandon Shepard.
Moving back to row number 10 out of Walton, Tennessee. He had a good run going last year, and mechanical issues knocked him out. Tonight, does he get redemption? The 23B of Corey Hedgecock into his outside. First time here, first time into the show. Hunt the Front Nation. It's Joseph Joyner from Milton, Florida in the 10. He'll start 20th.
Clay Harris, he was 2nd in last year's Rookie of the Year chase in the Lucas Oil Series. He's in the show tonight, winning a B main. He's out of Jupiter, Florida. And on the outside, the 16, out of Campbellsville, Kentucky, former Lucas Oil Rookie of the Year. That is Justin Ratliff.
Row 12, a winner back on Thursday night in prelim action. Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, the 18D. And first time here flying, Ryan Montgomery out of Fairmont, West Virginia, starts 24th.
And your provisionals tonight for Lucas Oil Series. Driver 2nd in the Rookie of the Year points out of Earlham, Iowa, Daniel Hilsebeck, and the driver 3rd in the Rookie of the Year chase, Dan Ebert. Normally I would throw it down to you, right?
Yeah, but
you're going to be up here with me. You're going to talk to the top 3. Who's going to win $75,000 tonight, Ben Shelton?
Well, since you're coming at me like that, I think tonight it's a long race. You know what? I'm going to go for the emotional favorite. I think Jason Jameson wins, and yeah, he takes the grandstands home with him from the 6th starting spot.
I think we could put some more new ones in next week, don't you think?
I do.
Will it be Fergie time?
Man, it would be a popular win.
Fergie, that would be a popular win, man. It's always good when he's at the racetrack. He's not run a whole lot the last couple of years, but he gets it done here tonight out of Mount Holly, North Carolina. Chris Ferguson in a Stinger race car chassis.
And I tell you what, let's take a look real quick. Some keys to the race here tonight. And actually, scratch that. I think we're getting ready to salute the fans, James. Well, we got the keys to the race.
We got to do keys to the race first.
I tell you what, we're going to talk about it. Tire management. You got to hold on to them here tonight. Late race heroics, because things change often and late in these. And can Bobby Pierce be stopped? He's going to be coming from deep in the field from 14th. Can they stop him here tonight?
You still have your keys to the rental car, right? Are you good to go?
I've still got those. They don't know which car I've got, but I've got it.
Car you got. All right, down the back straightaway. Everybody, as they come out at turn number 4, a salute to you, the greatest fans in auto racing. Dirt track fans at one of the top races in the country, the Sunoco Race Fuels North-South 100. Unbelievable crowd. Everybody up on your feet. Give them a great send-off. Here is your starting lineup.
Florence, y'all.
You're not going to find Florence, y'all.
Florence, y'all, we love y'all. You guys are beautiful. Look at this just massive humanity here.
Do we have the dates for next year yet?
They probably already sold out of water and Gatorade for next year. I mean, it's unbelievable. Look at that back straightaway.
What a sight.
So cool.
Who? Well, we don't know, do we?
I think I do who's got the onboard, but let's go on board and let's see if we can have a good guess of whose car might be. I just feel like it might be in the 76 of Brandon Overton's car.
Don't boo me.
Don't boo me.
Do not boo me. He's been good the last 2 nights, late in the race.
He's been on the podium the last 2 nights.
What, 75 more laps than we have the last 2 nights of the 25 laps. There's been 4 different winners here this weekend.
It's been such a great weekend so far, and this racetrack's fantastic tonight. A little bit of extra water during track prep tonight. They actually did 2 rounds of dirt draft hot laps. They were going to be rewarded with a really nice track. There's a good cushion. There's a lot of moisture on the bottom. I think you're going to see some guys roll the middle. And on the pole, Jonathan Davenport. He has won this race twice before, and he's trying to join the late, great Jack Boggs, along with Bobby Pierce and Jimmy Owens as 3-time winners. James Essex, this race means the world to you. The lights are turned out. It is time to start the party here tonight in Walton, Kentucky.
How about Rob Penrod? He has been flag stands for so many big races at Eldora. His first time at the North-South 100. He's going to bring him to green. Again, it'll be Delaware double file restarts until 10 or less laps to go. Any caution or red flag, all lapped cars restart on the tail. There is a lucky dog as well. There is the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, the Race Car Engineering Pace Truck. It's been over $300,000 this weekend. Somebody's going to walk out here with $75K. A packed and stacked grandstands at Florence Speedway. The new Drenac Solution Start Zone. Jonathan Davenport and his buddy Nick Hoffman. Here they go.
Green flag flies in the air. Double green flags nonetheless, off into 1 and 2. Superman has got his cape in the wind, and we got a hood that flies off a race car down in turn number 1, and that's going to draw a Coleman Farms caution before we ever get a lap in. And somebody's got some hood pins in their pocket in the infield, and they're trying to hide down there.
Wow.
Because they forgot to tighten the hood, and let's see if we can find out who it is. And it is Brandon Overton. My goodness, look at the onboard camera. The hood's off there. We're gonna have to go back, get a Dave Warren Power Sports replay.
Wow.
We're gonna see that hood fly off. And if you're Brandon Overton, you go from 4th to the back of the pack, and your chances for a second title in this just got a lot harder. My goodness, James.
I don't know the last time I've seen him fold back under speed, but not fly off like that.
You know, they put the heat shields in there to get heat in the engines. They pull them out before they send them out, and they just did not have the hood pins on that number 76.
Yeah, he's got to go to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit to fix this. Put this back on.
Goodness, so he's going to head down to Anthony Burroughs and the Longhorn Factory team. They're going to get the hood on. They're going to put the pins in there. And my goodness, what a tough start to this one. So 0 laps down. We will try it again. And we do ask race fans, a capacity crowd tonight. If you can, please grab a seat so everybody around you can see all the racing action. We're one big family, and we want everybody to have a great look of all the racing action. All right, let's go back to the Dave Warren Power Sports instant replay, and let's see what Brandon Overton saw. So this is from the camera, and you see him off into 1 and 2, and it shoots up in the air. That's not Superman's cape. That's the nose off the 76. Straight onto the ground. Now, what do we think Brandon Overton saw, James? Well, we're going to find out.
Well, he might have needed a couple dude wipes on that one.
Just took off.
Right here.
It was already off. You could see it kind of leaning over by the time we started that shot. And
I can imagine what he said.
There was some not safe for TV words that were said inside the 76 cockpit. My goodness.
Yeah, so you go from 4th to the back.
Which is 26th.
Yep.
And we taught Josh Rice on the back as well. He was scheduled to start 13th. Had to go to a backup car.
They will be entertaining both of them to see how they come through there, right?
2 distinctly different driving styles, and we're going to have a front row seat from the onboard camera as Brandon Overton comes through the field. And he just put that hat on backwards. He's ready to rock and roll. Well, Jonathan Davenport got a really good start first time around, James. He's going to get to try it again. Nick Hoffman might take a little bit different angle. This is a long race, but if you're not careful, you will go down a lap early in this one, and it could really ruin your chances to have a chance at that $75,000 victory.
And Nick Hoffman's biggest payday has not been a victory. It was second in the Prairie Dirt Classic a year ago to Bobby Pearson in lap money and winnings. He went $59,000, so he's trying to go to 75K here tonight. He and Davenport, they parked together a lot this year. They knocked some ideas off of each other. Of course, Hoffman, the modified standout, one of the best there ever has been at the Nutrient Solutions start zone. They lead him to the north-south 100, turn number 1.
Jonathan Davenport, second time, same as the first. He'll go to the lead out of 2 down the back straightaway. Chris Ferguson in second, Hoffman in third, Jamison fourth, Dustin Nobby trying to shock the world here tonight, back in fifth in the 5. Lap number 1, though, goes to Jonathan Davenport.
Battle there for second on the outside into 1. It's Hoffman. Ferguson still has it. Here comes Jamison in 12. Jason Jamison, track champion here in 2010. Into turn number 3, then Moran in 99. But out in front is 49, Jonathan Davenport, 2 in the books.
Battle starting to heat up for second. Chris Ferguson's got it. A couple of North Carolina drivers going at it for position number 2. Meanwhile, a Georgia driver driving away out front in Jonathan Davenport. Ohio's Devin Moran in 4th, but he's got company. Here comes Indiana's Jason Jamison, working his way into the 4th position. Off of turn 4, 3 on the board, 97 laps to go. Early tonight, Jonathan Davenport's got a hot rod.
The question in the past, Ben Shelton, on Jason Jamison, can he make a car last here for 100 laps? Can he keep it out of the wall? We've seen him knock the deck out of it. We've seen him knock the spoiler off of it. But can he keep it together for 100 laps tonight? He runs 4th off of turn 4.
And right now they're chasing that moisture, a lot of moisture in the bottom half of the racetrack. I think as the night goes on, they're going to go to the cushion. Jamison says, I'm going to the cushion right now, and that's what he does. He's up to 4th. He gets a run on Nick Hoffman. That's battle for 3rd off into turn 3. Coming into your living room, and Jason Jamison up in front of Nick Hoffman. How about racing Jason into position number 3? Now he sets his sights on Chris Ferguson, and they're all trying to keep tabs with car 49 of Jonathan Davenport, as Ryan Montgomery calls it a weekend.
How about Jamison this year? He made the Dirt Late Model Dream. Remember that, Ben? He made the Prairie Dirt Classic a couple of weeks ago. He hangs right in there at his home track right now in 12. Runs in 3rd. Then it's Hoffman, Moran, Thornton, Dome, Marlar, Pierce. Now up to 8th. Carson Ferguson runs 10th.
Jason Jamison has started this race 8 times. 13th, his best finish in 2014. He was 21st a year ago. Meanwhile, Jonathan Davenport, a 2-time champion in this event, a 3.2-second lead early on, the champion of this event in 2022 and 2015.
They work lap 8 again at lap 50 to be the Hellraiser. Jimmy Owens slowed a little bit on the main straightaway. Now kicks it back into gear. Current Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series points leader, looking for a win here tonight. 4-time Lucas Oil champion as he drops near the back as Davenport enters turn 3. He's almost a straightaway ahead of Chris Ferguson.
And you saw briefly 3 wide on your screen. Jason Jamison in the 12 car in 3rd. Nick Hoffman in 4th. Devin Moran joins the chat. He sits back in the 5th spot as they battle right now for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Good stuff. But out front, it is domination early on from Jonathan Davenport. A 3.5-second advantage, and he's closing in on the back of the pack as we complete lap number 10.
Down the main straightaway, Chris Ferguson 2nd, Jason Jamison 3rd, Nick Hoffman 4th, Devin Moran runs in 5th. So right now, Davenport, as you mentioned, picking up the tail end of the field. Dan Ebert, the final car on the lead lap. Right now, everyone is still running except for Ryan Montgomery. So 25 of the 26 starters still left in this race.
And now lap traffic reality for Jonathan Davenport, working a lap number 12 into turns 1 and 2. He's about 8 car lengths back from the first driver he'll encounter, Dan Ebert in the 60. Where does Davenport go? His lead right now, 3.9 seconds. He doesn't want to force the issue too much, use up his tires, possibly get damaged. But now he'll step to the outside of Dan Ebert, and lap traffic, Superman goes to work on it.
It's so tough to lead these races down the back straightaways. They go into turn number 3. Ebert up top there, so he'll go to the bottom. Well, Davenport, Chris Ferguson still 2nd. Meanwhile, Jason Jamison, Moran, Hoffman, Thornton, Dome, Pierce, Marlar, O'Neill, your top 10. Then Carson Ferguson, Hedgecock, Shepard, McIntosh, Garrett Alberson, 15.
Well, as we watch Jonathan Davenport into traffic, he's got Jimmy Owens and Justin Ratliff side by side in front of him, 3 seconds back. Chris Ferguson had given up ground to Jason Jamison, but Ferguson stretches it back out. As Jonathan Davenport's got to make some decisions here, and he looked to the inside of Jimmy Owens, the 3-time North-South 100 champion, goes down a lap out of turn 2 down the back straightaway.
Justin Ratliff, 3rd place last night on the Big River Steel podium in that second 25 lapper. Right now the lead is 3.2 seconds. for Davenport over Chris Ferguson as he battles there into one, getting around Ratliff. Again, second is Ferguson, Jamison, Moran, Hoffman. Still your top five, Ben.
You see Jonathan Davenport down the back straightaway. He gets a second to breathe. We're going to check back throughout the field. Chris Ferguson comes in your living room second. There's third. Jason Jamison fourth. Devin Moran as Nick Hoffman back in fifth. The blue and orange car at the top of your screen. Early in this one, Davenport just can put that car wherever, but James, we've seen so many times, either it be cautions or other things. As these races goes on, it changes the complexion. Nick Hoffman in the 9 car, he started outside front row, and he finds himself back in position number 5. About 6 seconds behind your leader.
Still only one car of the race, by the way, tracking Overton up to 20th, Rice to 17th without a caution. 17 in the book, still Davenport, Ferguson, Jamison down the back straightaway. Bobby Pierce runs in 8th and 32. But right now, Jonathan Davenport in control here tonight at Florence.
You know, this race is known for its long green flag grudge. You see on your screen there, Mike Marlar battling with Hudson O'Neill, and the 93 car joins the battle, Carson Ferguson. They race back there for positions 9, 10, and 11. A lot of different grooves on the racetrack right now. The field just got separated out, and right now guys are content to ride a little bit, save their equipment, because they know you got to have something left at the end of 100 laps here at Florence.
Yeah, we're not even a quarter of the way through this race. A long race, 100 laps. Right now, caution free so far, except for the caution for Overton, who's now up to 19th and 76 after losing his hood on the first start of this race, moving from 4th to the tail. Those guys are probably hoping for a caution. We'll see Bobby Pearson, 32. He's up to 7th now.
Yeah, he started back in 14th. He's on the move. 3-time champion of his event. He's won it the past 2 years, as we talked about earlier. And Pierce can win it tonight. The first driver to win it 4 times, the first driver to win it 3 times in a row. And Pierce right now turning some of the fastest laps of the race. And he's content to ride, but he's going to want one of those Coleman Farms Racing cautions sooner than later, just to group them back together, as Jonathan Davenport goes around Dustin Nobby, who is free falling through this field. Nobby won a heat race earlier tonight. He rides back in 22nd, and he finds himself a lap down.
Right now into turn number 3, you see that Ferguson is still 3.1 seconds behind him. Your leader Davenport, then behind him 0.4 of a second behind Ferguson is Jason Jamison. Good battle there for second right there in turn number 2. How about that down the back straightaway? Here comes Ferguson, here comes Jamison, and Devin Moran into 3.
Coming into your living room right there as Jamison looks to go around his teammate, put him a lap down, Justin Ratliff, and Ferguson in second, but Jason Jamison's having a good run. They're bringing Devin Moran to the party. That's the battle for second, third, and fourth. Nick Hoffman just off your screen. He rides in position number 5 as Jamison will clear his teammate down the back straightaway. The 16 car of Justin Ratliff down a lap. And you see it again, James, off in turn 4. Several different grooves around this racetrack, but one thing you can't not note is Bobby Pierce is on the move in the 32 car. He has climbed to 5th from the 14th starting spot, and we are working lap number 26.
Yeah, Pierce around Hoffman. Hoffman drops to 6th. Thornton is 7th. Dome 8th. O'Neill 9th. Carson Ferguson is 10th. Edgecock, who won at B-Main, he's up to 11th here. 25 laps. We're just a quarter of the way through it. They probably all could use a deep breath, right, coming up, but we stay green. Davenport, it's 3.3. He's been consistent with that here for most of this race here once he got out in front.
Look at this battle right now. Devin Moran sits in the 4th spot. Bobby Pierce up to the 5th spot in the 32 car. And Pierce is putting that car anywhere he wants. Past few laps, he's been as much as 0.2 faster than anybody has Bobby Pierce. Is he saving his tires? He's smart with him. He knows what he's doing. He goes to the cushion through 3 and 4. Devin Moran in the 99 holds on to the 4th spot. Meanwhile, you got a battle for the 2nd spot right in front of him. And Jason Jamison goes to 2nd. Chris Ferguson back to 3rd. Devin Moran's there. Bobby Pierce is there. 5 seconds in front of him. Jonathan Davenport. You take him out of this one. We got a heck of a battle.
DJ says that all the time. Deadly battle here. Pierce on the bottom. Pierce cannot clear Moran. Great battle there. Jamison, Ferguson, Moran, and Pierce. Meanwhile, Davenport, 5 seconds the advantage in 49.
Bobby Pierce last year. We got our first Coleman Farms caution of the night. We'll catch a breather. 29 laps in the books. And the Coleman Farms caution flies here at Florence Speedway in the Sunoco Race Fuels North-South 100. Welcome back to Florence Speedway, the Sunoco Race Fuels North-South 100, where the first Coleman Farms caution of the night has flown. And you see the right front towed out on the 18D car of Dalton Wilson. He'll head into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, but I don't know if that team's going to be able to get him back out there. One thing we do know, James, that Coleman Farms caution erases a 5.7 second advantage that Jonathan Davenport had over the field. Mike Marlar's made his way down to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit as you see crews down there looking at the back end of that race car. Meanwhile, further down the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, Dalton Wilson's number 18D. They're taking a look under all four corners to see if they can get the North Carolina racer back into this one. Well, James, we talked about it all the time. The cautions here at Florence, like many dirt tracks, it changes everything. And now that erases a monstrous lead for Jonathan Davenport.
And the Hooker Trucking R Charger, the 32 of Bobby Pierce, from 14th now to 5th. So on the restart, Davenport, he's led the first 29 laps. So Jamison will have the choice on Ferguson. Then it'll be Moran and Pierce.
And right now, I think we know where Jameson's
Everybody
probably
but Davenport wanted to see a caution, right?
Everybody, yeah. And Davenport, he's going to have clear track, but he had got his rhythm. He was working through traffic. So with 29 laps complete, how many Jonathan Davenport fans are in the house tonight? How many Jason Jamison fans are still with us? I feel like it's popular. Who would like to see Chris Ferguson win tonight? How about it for Devin Moran in position 4? Who's rooting for Bobby Pierce up to position 5? The kid's a will man. I mean, he is a will
no doubt about it. Absolutely, no doubt about it. The #1 dirt late model driver in the nation, Dalton Wilson.
Helmet is off. Heartbreaker. He's going to be out of this one tonight. And not the way you wanted his weekend to end, but I tell you what, the past few weeks, picked up a $10,000 win with the Northern All-Stars at Brownstown. $6,000 here back on Thursday night. That team's refocused. They got momentum for the back half of the season. James, lights are out. It's up to Jonathan Davenport, Superman, to bring us to the Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone. 29 laps in the book, 71 to go, and we're back underway at Florence Speedway.
Oh, man, here comes Pierce, here comes Jamison. Chris Ferguson better look out. Out at 2, Pierce digging on the bottom. Jamison down the back straightaway in 12. Jamison will go back in the second. Oh, baby, they're 3 wide behind them. Out at turn number 4, Davenport still leads. Battles for second, and it's Jamison, Ferguson, Pierce, and Ricky Thornton Jr.
30 in the book, 70 to go. We got a racetrack here tonight. They're 3 wide from second on back. Jamison in second, Ferguson in third. But just like that, Bobby Pierce shoots to the inside, and Bobby Pierce moves up to position number 3 behind Jason Jamison and race leader Jonathan Davenport. And now Ricky Thornton Jr. enters the chat. He'll take third away from Pierce. Thornton came out of nowhere after that last restart.
Down the back straightaway, Jamison still hanging on for second. Side-by-side battle there briefly. Ricky Thornton Jr.'s got something going on the bottom of the 20 RT. Davenport still leads. Jamison second. Pierce third. Fourth is Moran. Fifth is Ferguson. Oh, Pierce threw it in out at 2. Slides up the track from 14th to second in 32 laps for car 32.
Out of turn number 4, Jonathan Davenport will monitor his lead. Last time by it was 1.2 seconds. This time by it's 1.3. JD added some advantage over Bobby Pierce, but now Pierce has broken free from Ricky Thornton Jr. and Jason Jamison. We'll see if he can reel him in. Working lap 34 off of turn number 4, and Davenport's changed his line. He's moved off the cushion down in 3 and 4, working the low to middle side of the racetrack. And his lead, he gives up 0.2 of a second to Bobby Pierce. And right now you can see the racetrack starting to transition, James. It's starting to slick up in a few locations. The cushion's building up, and it becomes a chess match for these warriors in these super late models.
The top 3 drivers on the latest DirtOnDirt.com poll in the top 3 spots right now.
Another 0.2 of a second came off of Davenport's lead there, James.
Yeah, we'll have an eyeball test here in a little bit if this stays green. Pierce goes to the outside again from 14th to second in 32 laps. Lap 36, last time, Ben, as you mentioned, 0.9 of a second. This time around, it will be, it's back to 1.1 for the 49 car. But behind them, how about this race? Thornton, Moran digging hard, and Jamison.
Good stuff. You see the battle for third on your screen. Ricky Thornton Jr., defending series champion. The 20 RT's got it. Jason Jamison's there. Devin Moran, he's been second in the series standings the past few years. He is battling with Jason Jamison for the 4th spot. Meanwhile, out front, Jonathan Davenport has found some moisture, especially off the exit at 2. Pierce has stayed up top. That has allowed Davenport to extend his lead to 1.6 seconds. The Lance and Doral Landers, number 49.
He'll pick up the tail end of the field. It'll probably be about 5 more laps right now. 38, there's 49 out in front. Behind him, there's Bobby Pierce in second. The battle for third. Thornton in 20 RT. Moran trying to get there in 12. Then you have Hoffman Hedgecock. Corey Hedgecock started where? He won a B main, didn't he? He started 19.
Yes, sir.
He is up to 7th in the BMF 23V.
And we saw him charge up through the field last year, had some bad luck, but he had speed. Meanwhile, Jonathan Davenport, 2.2 seconds, and you got to wonder, did maybe JD go a little bit harder on tires, so it takes a bit longer for his tires to fire on the restart than maybe Pierce? But right now, Pierce is giving up a couple of tenths a lap to Jonathan Davenport. Pierce also stayed on the high side of the racetrack where Davenport can go down low. Maybe right now Pierce's car not free enough to run the low side of this racetrack.
Good battle in there between Thornton, Jamison, Moran, and it's Hoffman, Hedgecock. Ferguson is back to 8th. O'Neill 9th. Ferguson, Carson runs in 10th. But right now it's 2.4 seconds for the three-time Lucas Oil champion. Looking for a record-tying 4th with Jimmy Owens and Earl Pearson Jr. He looks good off of turn 4, but traffic going to be an issue coming up here in a lap or two, Ben.
Best battle on the Speedway right now for position at number 4 between Jason Jamison in the 12 car and Devin Moran in the 99. And they're catching Ricky Thornton Jr. side by side for position number 4 off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Jason Jamison fell back a little bit after that last restart, starting to come to life, and we are approaching the Hellraiser Jacks halfway mark again. As you said earlier, the halfway leader will get $500 tonight, courtesy of Tim Sheets with Hellraiser Jacks.
Right now, 2.3 seconds the advantage. There's the battle back here. Moran and Jamison going at it. Jamison right now in 4th. Devin Moran is 5th. Meanwhile, Nick Hoffman's going to get pressure from Corey Hedgecock. Hedgecock working the bottom behind this battle here. Down the main straightaway side by side. Does Devin Moran have the spot? He does. Moran up to 4th at 99.
Right now, those guys that can roll the bottom, it really advantageous. The guys on the top, it may come to them in the long run, but right now losing a little bit of time as Bobby Pierce last time by 2.4 seconds back. That time he took it 2 tenths off of Jonathan Davenport's lead to 2.2 as Pierce trying several different grooves. Meanwhile, back in position number 5, Jason Jamison. Hoffman's behind him. And how about Corey Hedgecock? You touched on it, James. 19th up to position number 7. And if we look at positions gained, it's Bobby Pierce and Corey Hedgecock and the Hoker Trucking Hard Charger. Both have picked up 12 spots at this point in the race.
They scored lap 46. Right now, Jonathan Davenport into turn 3. Bobby Pierce behind him. Thornton, Moran, Jamison, Hoffman, Hedgecock, O'Neill, Chris Ferguson, Brandon Shepard is now 10th. And right now, Davenport has led every lap here tonight, virtually uncontested except for that restart, but he has pulled away from Bobby Pierce, but it's down to 1.3 in traffic into turn 3.
Yeah, the past 2 laps, Bobby Pierce has taken about half a second off of Davenport's lead as Davenport finds his groove through lap traffic. 48 laps complete, 2 laps away from the Hellraiser Jacks halfway mark. The separation, 1.2 seconds. And you see your battle for the lead. There's Jonathan Davenport in the 49. In between him and second place Bobby Pierce, Daniel Hilsebeck in the Raleigh Auto Parts Rookie of the Year contender in the 22. Oh, Joseph Joyner got sideways right in front of Jonathan Davenport. James working lap 50 of his 100 lap affair. If the 49 maintains the lead, he'll get the $500 bonus from Hellraiser Jacks.
He's eyeing the 75K. Pierce has 2 lap cars between 1st and 2nd in this race so far. I believe we still have 22 cars running. Montgomery is out. Owens, Ratliff, and Dalton Wilson at the Hellraiser Jacks halfway mark. He'll get $500. Courtesy of Hellraiser Jacks goes to Jonathan Davenport. He's led every one of them so far.
Superman will be able to buy a new cape with that $500. Meanwhile, Pierce goes to the way top shelf. He looks to the outside of Hilsebeck. Oh, he has to get on the binders. Hilsebeck slides up the racetrack as Pierce just about got into the 22 car. No harm, no foul. We stay green, but that's going to allow Jonathan Davenport to put some space between himself and the 32 as Pierce just cannot clear the 22 car of Hilsebeck, and you got Joyner in the fold as well. Last time by, a 1.1 second advantage for Jonathan Davenport. That time at the line, 1 second, is even through traffic. Pierce is keeping pace with your leader.
Down the back straightaway they go. They got the cars there battling side by side. Joyner and Hilsebeck in front of the 32, and the Coleman Farms Racing caution is out, Ben, with 52 scored.
Caution on the Speedway. 52 laps down, 48 laps remain here tonight at Florence Speedway. Welcome back to Florence Speedway, the 43rd annual Sunoco Race Fuels North-South 100 under the Coleman Farms caution with 52 laps complete, 48 to go. Debris on the Speedway draws the caution, and Jonathan Davenport was leading the way, James, but Bobby Pierce was mired with a couple of lap cars and now picking the debris up, a piece of the skirting with bracing. And we've got drivers down into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. During this, Josh Rice started on the back of the pack, went to a backup car. He's down there for an adjustment in the 11. In front of him, Jupiter, Florida's car 6 for Clay Harris. as they are getting a little bit of tune-up for the final 48 laps of this one. James, it's interesting because on the restart, Pierce definitely seemed to be better than Davenport. After a few laps, Davenport stretched it out, but Pierce had started to close back in on him. It's definitely a little bit of cat and mouse and a chess game of epic proportions for 75,000 here tonight.
Well, Davenport's led every lap so far tonight, but on the restart, Pierce will have the choice. He's going to pick the top, right? You would think, right?
I don't know if he will. We'll find out. He might.
It'll be between him and Thornton. Okay, so Bobby goes to the bottom, Thornton will go to the top. Then it's Moran, Hoffman, Hedgecock. Good run for Corey from 19th to 6th. Jamison is 7th. O'Neill is 8th. Carson Ferguson is 9th. Shepard is 10th. Chris Ferguson, I'm sorry, is 9th. And Shepard, Carson Ferguson, Brandon Overton's up to 12th.
How about 19th to 6th? Your Hoker Trucking hard charger right now. Corey Hedgecock. Holland from the Volunteer State up 13 spots. We'll keep an eye on the number 23V. But out front, Jonathan Davenport leading the way. Bobby Pierce has worked his way again from 14th into position number 2. Ricky Thornton Jr. is kind of lurking there. And you got to wonder, is Ricky Thornton Jr. saving those tires, his equipment, for the final 20, 25 laps of this one?
Well, we've seen it over the last couple of years, not only at Eldora, but other tracks. I mean, Davenport's so good in clean air, but he gets behind lap cars. It becomes kind of an issue there to get around him. So Pierce is going to pick the bottom on Ricky Thornton Jr. How about that?
You got to wonder if maybe he knows he can get some traction off the bottom for the restart. Meanwhile, Clay Harris and Joseph Joyner come back out of the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Lights are down. The field enters the Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone. 48 to go at Florence Speedway, and we're back underway.
Drag race into turn number 1. Davenport, Pierce on the bottom. Thornton up top. Down the back straightaway. Ricky Thornton Jr. will get the run. He'll go to 2nd. Here comes Hoffman in 9. Miranda 99. Alpha turn number 4. Jamison there in 12. But out in front is Davenport. Got a little bit of pressure there. Crossover move side by side into 1 between Pierce and Thornton.
Thornton Jr. had second by 9,000ths of a second, but Pierce slides up in front of him, and now Devin Moran joins the party, and he brings Nick Hoffman with him. Out front, Jonathan Davenport. He's led the first 53, making 54 laps of this event, but Bobby Pierce has got a head of steam, and here comes car 32.
Is it go time? Is it go time?
It's always go time.
It's always go time.
Car.
46 to go down the back straightaway. Here comes Pierce in 32 to the outside. First time this race, Jonathan Davenport has been challenged in a green flag run. Here's for the lead. Oh man, that was close. They might have touched. Pierce for the lead in turn 2. They got together underneath this fuel cell. Pierce is out in front. Oh, baby.
Could that hurt a tire as we go along? Now Davenport, Superman's angry, slides up in front of Bobby Pierce. The crowd comes to their feet. Welcome to the Sunoco Racing Series. More contact and a new leader. 56 laps complete. Davenport full send into turns 1 and 2. Ricky Thornton Jr. might get them both. Down the back straightaway, the crowd's on their feet. This is Florence Speedway. Florence, y'all. Pierce with another slider. Davenport turns down the hill. The crowd's on their feet, pumping their fists. That time at the line, more contact. Lead change, Davenport to the lead. They might not have anything left when this one's over, James.
They're not going to have a quarter panel left down the back straightaway. Thornton is 3rd, Moran 4th, Hoffman is 5th. That was crazy. Wow. Davenport, Bobby Pierce going at it. 2 of the best in the business down the main straightaway into turn 1. Bobby Pierce is going to throw it into turn 2. Up the track. He'll leave Davenport room this time. 58 complete.
These guys are amazing, James.
I thought that was the last 2 laps of the race there.
Yeah, we got 41 laps complete this time by. Davenport led last time. Here comes Bobby Pierce. Pierce thinking about another slider. Davenport to the top, Pierce right through the middle of the racetrack, through the low spot into the middle, down the back straightaway. Davenport your leader. Meanwhile, Devin Moran up to 3rd, Ricky Thornton Jr. back to 4th, Jason Jamison in 5th. 6th is Nick Hoffman, and we can all breathe for a second. Everybody's got their tires up, everybody's got all their sheet metal.
No, you can't. Pierce slides it up. He'll lose his momentum. Davenport will look to the bottom. They'll dive into turn 3. They're going at it again. Davenport throws it in on Bobby. Out in turn 4. This is highly entertaining. And car length, Davenport into 1. Moran says, you guys go ahead and wreck yourself. Because I might win this race. Pierce.
Pierce got it back, though. Down the back straightaway. Can Davenport return the favor off into 3 and 4? Pierce down low. He'll slide himself. Davenport will stay on the cushion. Devin Moran creeping on the top 2. Lead change. Yes, sir. 62 in the books. Bobby Pierce back to the lead.
I've lost track. Here comes Devin Moran at 99. Moran on the bottom. Devin Moran, he'll slide up the track. And he'll leave JD a little bit of room. Down the back straightaway. Well, Jonathan Davenport Out at turn 4, he'll get pressure from Devin Moran as Bobby Pierce leads at Florence, looking for a record-setting night.
And Pierce has gone to a 1.2-second advantage as Moran and Davenport continue to go at it for the second spot. Davenport ducks back to the inside. Moran to the outside. Ricky Thornton Jr. back and forth. Jason Jamison in 5th. 6th is Hoffman. 7th, O'Neill. Back in 8th, Corey Hedgecock from deep in the pack. Your leader, 1.5 seconds.
Moran.
Wow.
Slides up, loses the momentum. Davenport gets the spot back. Bobby says go ahead. 1.5 the advantage. Entertaining battle for second. Down the main straightaway, and it's a car link for Davenport. Into turn 1, we still have 35 to go, Ben.
Yeah, Jonathan Davenport, our Midwest Sheet Metal point leader right now, battling with Devin Moran. Devin entered tonight 4th in the standings. Bobby Pierce not running for points. He has nothing to lose here tonight. He's going after 75,000. His advantage last time, 1.8 seconds. This time, Devin Moran does second. He is 2.06 seconds behind your leader. And now Davenport rejoins the fray. Thornton Jr. just cannot quite get over the hump here tonight, James.
Right now in that 4th spot. Jamison 5th, Hoffman, O'Neill, Hedgecock, Shepard. Oh, Brandon Overton's up to 10th from the back. Right now, this race stays green. 66 in the record books. It's all Bobby Pierce right now. Devin Moran down the back straightaway. Can he catch the 32 without a caution as they work lap 68, Ben?
And now Ricky Thornton Jr. shoots to the inside of Jonathan Davenport. That's the battle for 3rd. Davenport will hold on to it. Thornton's right there with him, though. 32 laps remain for car 32 and a 2.1 second advantage out of 2 down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Jamison bounces off the concrete down in turns 1 and 2. We'll stay clean and green, but he battles with Nick Kaufman for the 5th spot.
Devin Moran, he won here at the end of June in a Northern All-Star Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series race. It's down to 1.8 seconds. Moran, we may have a Dustin Jarrett eyeball test here shortly because Moran's trying to pick up the pace as we'll have 30 to go this time around.
Last year, Devin Moran was second in this event. He started in 10th. Tonight, he started closer to the front of the pack, and he's trying to reel in your leader. It's down to 1.4 seconds, the lead for Bobby Pierce. Meanwhile, Davenport in 30. He's got his hands full with Ricky Thornton Jr. back there. And now Bobby Pierce has caught the back of the pack again. He goes to work on a lap traffic, and it's Daniel Hilsebeck right in front of him. Just 29 laps to remain, and Pierce throws in there. He'll slide up in front of Hilsebeck. Meanwhile, the 20 RT goes around the 49 of Jonathan Davenport. That's the battle for 3rd.
Yep.
And Davenport turns back down the hill, trying to take that spot back away from Ricky Thornton Jr.
And there was some good contact between the 49 and the 32. You wonder about a tire here late in this race. But right now, all is good as they go into turn number 2. Pierce, it's 1.1. He loses that momentum when he slides up the track. Here comes Moran. Ricky Thornton Jr. into turn 3. Right now, Jamison is 5th behind Davenport as Davenport is dominated here early on, but ever since the restart, it's been a completely new ball game.
Right now, the separation 1st to 2nd kind of staying constant, 1.1 to 1.2 between Pierce and Moran. Bobby Pierce has started this race 8 times. He's won it 3 times tonight, trying to get his 4th win in 9 attempts. But he's got lap traffic in front of him, and he's got Devin Moran trying to get to him. Meanwhile, we're going to slide back to the battle back there for position 8, 9, and 10. And you see from the back of the pack, the 76 car of Brandon Overton. He is up to 10th. And we go on board with him, and we see what Overton sees as he tries to find a way around Zach Doman. He deals with Brandon Shepard. And if you think this is easy, take a look at that. I don't think I can do it, my friend. Right now, Overton right around the tires. He works on Zach Dome. He's got Brandon Shepard behind him. And again, Overton rides back in the 10th spot. Dome in 9th, and Shepard in position 11. Meanwhile, at the front of the pack, things are getting tighter once again. That time at the line, the separation, 9/10 of a second.
8/10.
Oh, Pierce lines up. He almost gets into Rice.
But he loses momentum. Here comes Moran down the back straight. They got even between them. Bobby Pierce now goes on the bottom. He's got to be on the offensive into turn 3. He will slide up the track. Here comes Moran in 99. Now they've got the 11 of Rice between them. Moran trying to hang in there. Thornton is 3rd. Davenport, Jamison, your top 5. But down the back straightaway, he lost a little bit. It's 9/10 of a second. Moran now, he'll go around the outside of Josh Rice.
Man, Pierce making some aggressive moves in traffic. That's what you got to do to lead here at Florence, but you got to keep the nose on it, keep the tires up. Oh, as Pierce shoves down in 1 and 2 once again, Ricky Thornton Jr., he slips back to 4th as the 49 car at Davenport goes back around him. Thornton may have a tire going down on the 20 RT. Oh, man, he caught the concrete. You got to wonder, did it bend something? Does he have a tire going down? And right now, with 21 laps to go, it's a 1-second lead for Bobby Pierce over Devin Moran. These drivers now, the racetrack's going away on them. The tires are going away on them. The fuel load is shifting. These cars are handling different. This is what separates the champions right here, as these guys have got to find a way for 20 more laps, James.
Well, the best in the business the last 2 years leads into one. Devin Moran still married to that top. It's 1 second the advantage. Pierce up there. You got to not hook that berm. Devin Moran will get a run down the back straightaway. He's about 7-8 car lengths back. 20 laps to go. Coming out at turn number 4 for the 32 and the 99.
And right now, I tell you what, it is action every part of this racetrack as Bobby Pierce dancing around the top side of a speedway. Devin Moran's trying to get there. Devin trying to reel him in. It's a 1-second advantage this time off of turn 4. Laps are ticking down.
So Bobby Pierce still continues to lead. Moran second, Davenport third, Thornton, Jamison, Hoffman, O'Neill, Dome, Hitchcock, Shepard, your top 10. Bobby Pierce still out in front after an unbelievable battle with Jonathan Davenport for the lead here tonight after that last caution.
Getting into the closing laps, and right now, man, these guys right on that curve up against the concrete, James, and heavy traffic in front of your leaders.
Out at turn number 2, Moran has got to get around now those cars there in turn 2. But Bobby Pierce looking good in the 3, and that'll put 3 lap cars between first and second off of turn 4.
So right now, Ricky Thornton Jr. back in 3rd, Jamison in 4th, Davenport in 5th. Your leader on the left side of your screen, on the right side, Jason Jamison. He's back in position number 4. He's gone around Jonathan Davenport. You got to wonder, Davenport, did the tires go away? Contact earlier, did that affect the handle? They're chasing Ricky Thornton Jr. in 3rd, Devin Moran in 2nd, and 2.2 seconds in front of Moran is Bobby Pierce, your leader, now with just 14 laps remaining.
Jamison right in there in the 12 car behind Thornton. Davenport 5th, O'Neill, Hoffman, your top 7. Good run for Zach Dome right now in 8th. We'll have 13 laps to go this time around for 32 into turn number 1. The deficit has grown to 3 seconds, 32 over 99.
How many times have we seen Pierce late in these races? It's like he finds another gear, and right now he's got a straightaway lead over Devin Moran. Devin has got a straightaway over 3rd place Ricky Thornton Jr. In fact, it's 3 seconds between Pierce and Moran. It's 4 seconds from Moran back to Thornton. Jason Jamison with a great run going right now. He's in position 4. Jonathan Davenport in the 5th spot. A dozen laps remain, soon to be 11, as your leader exits turn number 4, and the lead has swelled 3.2 seconds last time by. We'll see what Bobby Pierce's lead is this time, as Devin Moran 3.2 seconds back still, and Bob Pierce, his son Bobby, leads the way in this one. You see him giving the signal down the back straightaway, and they're just winding it up and letting it eat around the top side of this Florence Speedway.
11 to go, Big 10 to go coming up. As I mentioned, 10 or less laps to go there. We had 7 out of 10 of them did not win the race. Right now, Bobby Pierce wants it to stay green. Moran, Thornton, the rest of the field hoping for a caution here late in this race. If it would be from now on in the next scored lap, it'll be a single file restart.
Coming around, 9 laps remain. Bobby Pierce, your leader, over Devin Moran, Ricky Thornton Jr., Jason Jamison, Davenport's in 5th, O'Neill in 6th, Dome 7th, Hoffman in 8th, Shepard in 9th, Brandon Overton in 10th, as the field has got stretched out around the speedway. And a lot of times late in this one, you will see cautions, but so far we've stayed clean and green. As you see the battle with Nick Hoffman, he rides in 7th. Hudson O'Neill's trying to get there, and Hudson O'Neill might have damage on the right side of that car, and we may have a Coleman Farms caution with 8 laps, and it's no longer a might, it's a definite. 8 laps to go here tonight at Florence Speedway, the Sunoco Racefield's North-South 100. Cautions on the speedway, and everything just changed. No. We're back here at Florence Speedway, the 43rd annual Sunoco Racefield's North-South 100. Hudson O'Neill caught the wall and knocks the right rear tire flat on that 71, James. And just like that, a 3.7 second advantage for Bobby Pierce is no more with 8 laps to go. And let's take a look the Dave Warren Power Sports Instant Replay, and you're going to see Hudson catch the concrete. You got to wonder maybe if that tire was starting to go down. That took him up to the wall. Either way, that contact did him no favors. And the 71 car, the SSI Motorsports entry, draws the caution. 8 laps to go, James. How many times have you said it? What changes everything here at Florence?
Yeah, 3.6 seconds lead is gone away now. Garrett Alberson down there. It's been a long night for him. Right now running in 17th. Well, 3.6. It'll be a single file restart because we're within 10 laps of the finish. Moran, Thornton, James. How about the regional guys? Jamison and Dome right now running 4th and 6th against the best in the business in the National Tour drivers. Hoffman is 7th, Shepard 8th, Brandon Overton is 9th, Carson Ferguson is 10th. You'll be ready to go here in a second, brother. Right now, we officially have 20 cars, I believe 21 cars still left in the race. Montgomery is out. He'll be scored as 26th. Jimmy Owens will be 25th. Ratliff 24th. Dalton Wilson 23rd. Joseph Joyner will officially be credited with 22nd here tonight at Florence.
James, it's an aggressive track. It's what you expect at Florence Speedway. You see the curb that's built up on the wall. And you'll see these guys, they'll go in there. And a lot of these guys, the cars are tight now, and they'll get snug all the way to that curb. They'll bounce off that curb, keep going. If you get over that curb just a little too much, you saw with Hudson there, you possibly can not only lose a lot of track time, but you could also knock a tire down, bend something on the race car. And if you're Devin Moran right now, what do you do on this restart? It's going to be a single file restart inside of 10 laps to go here. What, if you're Devin, what can you do? And Ricky Thornton Jr., what is he looking for to try to capitalize?
Well, the last restart was 40 laps ago, right? Lap 52, and we saw what happened there between Pierce and Davenport. Oh, my goodness. Well, Devin Moran, he'll be right there behind him. Ricky Thornton Jr. 3rd, Jason Jamison 4th, Jonathan Davenport 5th, Zach Dome 6th, Nick Hoffman 7th, Brandon Shepard 8th, Brandon over to 9th, Carson Ferguson, then Hedgecock, Marlar. I believe O'Neill will be the last car on the lead lap. He will still be on lap 92. So 8 to go. What do you do? Like you said, what do you do? Do you throw it in right now? Do you wait? If you do wait, then Pierce pulls away and you don't have a shot at the end, right?
I think I would see how much of a jump I could get by with if I was the 99 cars.
Well, turn 2 is where it's at, right? You get that low groove into turn 1. You slide up that track, as we've seen both of these cars do here tonight, 32 and 99.
It's so dicey out there, man. We're going to talk to the top 3 on the Big River Steel podium at Sunoco Race Fuels Victory Lane when this one's over. Bobby Pierce, a winner here last night. 3 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series wins this year. Tonight, he's going after number 4 and to become the first driver to win this race 3 years in a row and 4 times overall. Devin Moran, Ricky Thornton Jr., they want to spoil the history party here tonight. 8 laps to figure it out, James. 8 laps for $75,000 here at Florence Speedway. They approach the Nutrien Solutions restart zone. Green flags up. We're back underway.
Here comes Moran. Pierce tries to shut the door. Into 1. Moran's going to throw it in the bottom. They go side by side into turn 2. That Moran forces him up the track. Here comes Thornton in the 20 RT. That might have been the move right there. Did that win the race for Pierce? We still have 7 to go off of turn 4.
Man, Devin gave it maximum effort right there, and Pierce was patient. He waited for that car to catch that cushion, and then he drove away. Devin Moran, 7/10 of a second back, 7 laps to go. Meanwhile, the battle for 3rd. Thornton's right there. Davenport's come back to life as well. Jamison behind them. Out front, though, Bobby Pierce running that cushion. We talk about this place. It's a big track, but it identifies as a bull ring. Bobby Pierce grew up on those bull rings in Illinois. He loves a cushion, and right now he enters low in 1 and 2. He lets it go all the way to the cushion out of turn 2 down the back straightaway, and his lead is growing as Thornton Jr. 3rd. Jamison and Davenport going at it. Jamison drives it up in front of Davenport. Man, Haymaker's back in the pack, James, with 5 laps to go.
5 to go. It is 1.7 seconds for 32. Moran 2nd. Thornton runs in 3rd. Jamison bangs the wall out of turn 4. How about the regional guys? I mentioned Jamison and Dome have held their own against the National Touring Stars here tonight.
They have done a fantastic job as Ricky Thornton Jr. in the 3rd spot. Davenport's trying to get to him. Meanwhile, your leader, Bobby Pierce a 2.2 second advantage over Devin Moran. Devin gets over the cushion a little bit over in turn 2. That allows Ricky Thornton Jr. to close in 3 more times around the Speedway for $75,000 as the battle heats up for second on back. On the left side, your leader, Bobby Pierce. On the right side, the battle for second on back, Devin Moran trying to keep the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr. behind him.
Down the back straightaway, here comes Thornton, and he's going to throw it in on the bottom on Moran. Here comes RTJ on the bottom. Moran for turn 4. Moran turns down the track, down the straightaway, the battle here. RTJ goes to second with 2 laps to go.
It's a hornet's nest back there, and now Davenport's going to come after Devin Moran. Devin, you wonder if the tire's going down. James, Barron's Performance, 1 to go, bring us home.
Bobby Pierce, nobody's ever won it 3 years in a row. Nobody has won it 4 times. Right now, the Oakwood, Illinois, second-generation racer down the back straightaway. He won the Show Me 100, trying to win the North-South 100, a track where his mom grew up at. Down at a turn number 4, down the straightaway. The twin checkers goes to 32, Bobby Pierce. Second spot is Thornton. Third is Davenport. Fourth is Moran. Fifth is Dome. Sixth is Jamison. 7th, O'Neill. 8th, Overton. 9th, Hedgecock. 10th, runs Nick Hoffman. So they will go to the UNO8 scales. Right now, we have 12 cars with 100 laps scored. Pierce, Thornton, Davenport, Moran, Dome 5th. Jamison again 6th. O'Neill, Overton, Hedgecock, Hoffman, Ferguson, Shepard, the final car on the lead lap, finishes in 12th. And your Hoker Trucking hard charger of the race here tonight was Corey Hedgecock, 19th tonight. Bobby Pierce starts 14th and wins here tonight as he will go to the UNO8 scales. In that Big Hill Power Plant, number 32, Longhorn Chassis, Low Voltage Solutions. Churchill Transport, Collins Brothers Towing, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Pontiac RV, Steininger Construction, Rio Grande Waste Services, Toyota of Danville, Carnegie Towing, Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body Shop, Fast One Speed, Leica Tree Service, Floyd's Waste Systems, Duramax, and Buddha Burke Transmissions. For the driver, got the lead. Well, after that lap 52 restart, I got the lead the first time on lap 56. And then Davenport came back a lap later to take the lead back in a terrific battle there. And goes on to take the win here tonight. Man, that was a fun battle there up front. After that lap 52 restart, as soon as he crosses the UNO8 scales, he will make history in the 43-year history of this great race. Nobody has won it 3 years in a row. Nobody has won it 4 times. And we'll check the droop and check the weight. Now remember the weight rule in the Lucas Oil Series. Feature only a pound per lap burn off. Normally you 2350 minus 100, 2250 will be the minimum here tonight at Florence.
I tell you what, late things got really interesting. Of course, Bobby Pierce getting the win as long as he clears the UNO8 scales. Ricky Thornton Jr. second. Jonathan Davenport gets back to third. We're going to talk to those drivers about the spirited battles throughout the field, but we wait on Bobby Pierce as he hits the UNO8 scales to get checked out. If he clears them, history tonight. The first driver to win this race 4 times. The first time to driver to win it 3 years in a row. This would be his 25th win of the year for Bobby Pierce, his 4th Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win, and the 28th Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win of his career.
And he earned it, right? From 14th.
He came early and often he came from 14th, and then he had to survive some restarts. Devin Moran threw the best he had at him on that restart with 8 to go. And Bobby never faltered as he is down in the UNOH Tech area. And we will talk to the top 3 Big River Steel podium here in Sunoco Race Fuel's Victory Lane. Here tonight, Tech wrapping up down there at the UNOH scales. Teams down there. And they lower the car, and it would appear to be, we're going to check a few more things, and then we'll find out officially. They'll make their way to the front straightaway. As Bobby Pierce, again, 14th tonight. So where he started, races his way to the lead. And he is going to pull out of the UNOH Tech area, and we will wait on him to join us in Sunoco Race Fuels Victory Lane. History made here tonight for the first time ever. A 4-time champion for the first time ever. 3 wins in a row. A prelim win here last night. 25th overall win on the year. So he said 4th career, 4th Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win of the year. 28th of his career. Current World of Outlaws Late Model Series points leader. Flow Racing Night in America points leader. And he's having a little bit of fun down there in car 32, as we got a very, very busy front straightaway. And James, good things come to those who wait, so we'll get them down here. We'll talk to your top 3. So he heads through the infield village
he may
in the
run
32.
out of fuel by the time he gets to
He
you.
might. Well, everybody knows the side of the car that they want to show in Victory Lane. You want the sponsors? You want it to be clean? And he makes it down. Let him hear it, Florence Speedway, your winner. Bobby Pierce cruising into Sunoco Race Fuels victory. (2023, 2024, 2025). And another one to go. 4 times he's won this very tough to win event. And he had to do it on the cushion again tonight like you do so many times here at Florence. A very thin curve up there on the top of the racetrack. Caution with 8 to go was no match for him. And the teams down here on the Low Voltage Solutions, Rio Grande Waste Services, Churchill Transport, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Leakatry Service, Collins Brothers Towing. Let him hear it, your winner, Bobby Pierce. $75,000 as the crew celebrates down here in Victory Lane. And the crew congratulates him. Bobby, you started 14th on the grid. Was there ever a doubt in your mind you were going to win this race?
Yeah, there was. Honestly, I was in a pretty bad mood when I had to start 4th. I felt like, it was kind of in my own hands there if I wanted to sandbag, but you never really want to do that. You just want to go win the race on prelim nights and let it fall how it does. But it was a tough heat race. So starting in the back, I've done it here from the back before, but I definitely was in a bad mood at the start of the race just because I didn't want to start that far back. It makes it a lot harder. So we were coming up through the field. I was just worried about my tires. I was spinning pretty bad in certain parts, and then certain parts it was really hooked up. So it was really a challenge. And once I got the second there, it was just try to win the race, and got the job done. I can't thank my guys enough. Everyone helps me out, and these fans for coming out and watching. Thank you guys.
How about this battle with you and Davenport early in the race? You guys are racing like it's the last lap for 75,000, like 7 or 8 laps there. Did you ever have any concern that you might get some damage there that would end the night?
Yeah, it was about halfway through the race, but you want to get the lead as quick as you can because if the track transitions, you never know. Last year here it went to the bottom. It was really hard to run the top towards the end of the race, so I didn't want to give anyone that opportunity. If I could take it, I was going to take the lead and try to just hang on the rest of the race. It's sometimes a lot easier leading the race than it is running second, and you get a restart, and then you're double file again. And I fell to 3rd there on the one restart, so I didn't want to do that again. I wanted to get the lead, but yeah, we raced hard, me and JD, and I know he was mad, but it was just it's hard racing here. He runs a specific line that it's nothing against him. It's a very, very good line. It's just, thank you. It's just very hard to make a pass. Yeah. And thank you guys. But it works for him. He's won a lot of big races. Kind of running that diamond line, and it's just tough when you're trying to guess exactly if he's going to do it or not. And, I hit the brakes down the straightaway because he came up to the wall. So I'm like, okay, he's running the top. Went into the bottom, and then he kind of came down, and we made contact. So I don't know, just I know winning a Lucas race is a big deal for all these Lucas guys, getting them extra points. I know that's in their mind, JD, Ricky, Devin, all them guys, it's in their mind to win these races to get these points. But I wanted that win pretty bad too. So, it was just fun race, hard racing. We got her done.
Caution with 8 to go. You got a dominant car. It feels like you got your groove. You're up there playing that Illinois cushion here in Kentucky. What goes through your head, though, when that caution comes out with 8 to go?
Yeah, didn't want to see that. I was actually, I think people say it's an announcer's jinx. I don't know if you guys were talking about it or not, but I think sometimes it's a driver's jinx too. I was kind of saying in my head, I was just starting to think about a restart if it were to happen, what I was going to do in turn 1, if I was going top or do a diamond or a slider line or what. The next lap caution comes out. I'm like, dang it, I shouldn't have been thinking about the caution. It probably would have never fell, but luckily we held on. 2 years ago here, I really stepped on it on a restart, so I didn't want to do that again, and I didn't have a good restart, but luckily we held on. Before we go, I got to give a huge shout out to my sponsors and Low Voltage Solutions, Churchill Transport, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Collins Brothers Towing, Rio Grande Waste Services, Larry the AZ3, Toyota of Danville, Fast One Speed Shop, Steininger Construction, Pontiac RV, Ted Brown, Jeff Leake at Tree Services. I'm forgetting a bunch of people, but I got to give a quick shout out to Bryston, his family, Bryson's family. Terrible deal. Was a huge fan, only 6 years old, had a car accident last week, and it was just mind-blowing to see what they did. Decked it out with Scooby-Doo 32, and never want to see that. So shout out to that family. Hope they're doing well. Prayers of them. But man, 3 in a row. This is awesome. I don't know what to say.
Nobody's ever done it 4 times, but you have Bobby Pierce, your winner here tonight. Top of the Big River Steel podium, Bobby Pierce, $75,000. We're going to talk to second and third on the Big River Steel podium. Ricky Thornton Jr. comes home in position number 2. And in a Sunoco Race Fuels fire suit.
Can't miss me.
You can't miss it. Ricky, I felt like you were on the cusp all night of being right there. When it's all said and done, you come to win these races, but to come out with second, I feel like you got everything you could out of this race car. How did it feel to you, though?
Yeah, I definitely felt like I was running as hard as I could there, and just wasn't enough. Obviously, Bobby's stuff was really good, so I could barely see him there the last couple laps. So go back to the drawing board, try to get a little bit better. Track was a little bit different than it typically is here. Usually the curb ain't that big, and usually it's against the wall. It is kind of about a car length off the wall. So just we got Chucky out after we heard a motor last week, and we were really good at Cedar Lake, and then decided we'd go ahead and run it again here. And I feel like we got good speed. We just needed it. We don't got our great speed like we had at the start of the year. So we'll go to Batesville next week and kind of tear it back down and just kind of go through it and try to get a little bit better. Obviously, JD was really good. Devin was really good too. So I feel like those are the guys we're going to be battling the rest of the year. Obviously, Bobby, whenever he comes and runs with us too. So hopefully we can get one spot better next year.
Ricky Thornton Jr. second on the Big River Steel podium. And we're going to slide over. Third on the Big River Steel podium. I'm just going to ask you, Jonathan. I asked Bobby Pierce about the contact. He said the line you were running, that it kind of forces you to race that way. What was your perspective of that mid-race battle for the lead?
Obviously, he's always right. So I don't know how to throw sliders, and he does. I don't know. Just I could sit here and talk shit or whatever, but yeah, he probably needs it. But no, he's really good. He's really good. We all know the top's going to be really good here at Florence, and I was just running my race, keeping my tires under me, and was going to, try to make a run, back at him in the last 10 or 15 because I knew he was probably going to pass me and get going there. But that's just the way this place races. So, we still, with a lot of damage here, still got back to third. So just proud of my guys. Thanks to everyone showing up. I could say a whole lot more, but just keeps beating a dead horse. There's really no use in it. Just think Nutrient Ag Solutions, AC Warranty, Dynagrow Seed, Lance and Darla Landers, thank you. I'm sure he's pretty mad about me not wrecking him or something, but I just hit him a couple of times just to show him that I could wreck him if I wanted to, but I'm not that kind of person. So, but, I still got a few years left in me, so I ain't going away no time soon, but just thanks to my guys, give me another great race car, and we was pretty good, but just the way it messes the nose up here, it was, like I was telling Corey there, this thing was just so yaw sensitive that if I went a corner too straight, I couldn't steer, obviously because the left front's bent and stuff, but then if I got a little too crooked, you know, it was like a big sail up there in the left front. Then it would just turn me sideways. So it took a lot behind the wheel, you know, back and forth to try to figure out how to drive it and salvage a good finish. But anyway, it's a decent points night for us. We didn't fall too far back. So wish we could have got a win for those 10 extra bonus points and, you know, to put another one of these crown jewels in our belt. But just like I said, just thankful for everybody. Thanks to everybody watching back home, and we'll see you next week.
Jonathan Davenport, third here tonight on the Big River Steel podium. We're going to step aside here at Florence Speedway. When we come back, race recap and final thoughts from the 43rd Annual Sunoco Race Fuels North-South 100.
Welcome back to Florence Speedway. The 43rd is Sunoco Race Fuels North-South 100 presented by Lucas Oil is in the books. Don't forget, we still have an on-qualifiers race coming up next. So officially, Bobby Pierce leads 40 laps. Davenport leads 60 here tonight. So Pierce, Thornton, Davenport, your top three. Devin Moran comes home in fifth. Zach Dome fifth. Devin Moran fourth. Zach Dome fifth. Jason Jamison sixth. Hudson O'Neill seventh. Brandon Overton eighth. Ninth, Corey Hedgecock. 10th was Nick Hoffman. 11th, Carson Ferguson. 12th, Brandon Shepard. 13th, Donald McIntosh. 14th, Mike Marler. 15th, Chris Ferguson. 16th was Clay Harris. 17th, Garrett Alberson. 18th, Dustin Nobby. 19th, Dan Ebert. 20th, Daniel Ilzebeck. 21st, Josh Rice. 22nd, Joseph Joyner. 23rd, Dalton Wilson. 24th, Justin Ratliff. 25th, Jimmy Owens. And 26th, Ryan Montgomery. Are you keeping an eye on the podium?
I am. It's a... It's reunited, and it might not feel so good down there on the Big River Steel podium. Hey, man, passion, emotion. That's why we love this sport. And realism. These guys say what they want to say. That's why I love dirt track racing. That's why I love dirt late model racing. And, hey, there's a lot of big money shows still on the horizon this year. You can almost feel the tension down there on the podium. But you know what? These guys are the best at what they do. They put on a show. They're professionals. They're going to move on to the next one. They're going to race each other hard. And there's so much money left with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series this year. James, this weekend at Florence, once again, it just never disappoints.
And Jonathan Davenport hits to Batesville, where we won a year ago for the first time, right? Was it last year was his first topless?
Yeah, he did. And Nutrient Ag Solutions, obviously Steve Martin's based out of that area.
Right.
Lance Landers lives in Batesville, his car owner, so that's a big one. And let's take a look back at tonight's race recap for everything that unfolded in the 43rd Annual Sunoco Race Fuels North-South 100 presented by Lucas Oil.
First 52 laps kind of ho-hum, wasn't it?
Well, it was unless for turn one, and before that we had Brandon Overton's hood fly off. That was the second start. It was clean and green. And, man, I tell you what, these guys were really throwing down late in the race. This is where it gets good.
Yeah.
Halfway mark, and they are battling it out just past the halfway mark. Contact, as I would say, more contact. I don't know how they didn't cut a tire down. How did they cut a tire down? How did they get a fan blade get into the radiator? And you were really starting to think these two guys aren't going to finish, and Ricky Thornton Jr. is going to be in the catbird seat.
Yeah, and Devin Moran, you thought had a shot there, and here you come again. There's more contact. Holy cow, one. And, man, that was something else right there after that lap 52 restart. Pierce led for one lap then. Davenport got it back, and then Pierce got it. and Davenport tried to cross over, and they're still into each other down the back straightaway.
It was the gift that kept on giving, depending on which driver you're a fan of. And these guys were going at it. You see the crowd, and that's what it's about. Florence on their feet. Late in the race, Davenport, you could tell he had his hands full. Devin Moran got to second, and you started to think maybe Devin had something for Bobby. Ricky Thornton Jr. was just outside the top 3 in the 20 RT. I really thought Devin might do something. Worse second place, but it just wasn't meant to be for that driver as the race went on.
And a restart with 8 to go right here, the
Yes.
final restart of the race. That was Moran's shot right there. Going into 1. This was it. He tried to make it stick. Drifted up. He left Bobby plenty of room, and that was all she wrote right there.
That was it. I mean, Devin threw his best shot. Devin fades late. Bobby Pierce drives away from him. And just even though we had a little bit of damage on the race car, it didn't matter for Bobby Pierce. He just had the race car here tonight. Through turns 3 and 4, the checkered flag's out. He makes history. The first driver to win this race 3 years in a row. The first driver to win this race 4 times overall. $75,000 to the victor goes the spoils, James.
From 14th.
Unbelievable. Amazing weekend here at Florence. Give me your final thoughts.
Well, he's been the best driver in the country the last 2 years, and he holds to that, right? I mean, just amazing what he has done at his age, and his dad won this race, as we mentioned several years ago, but he's still going to burn it down, right?
I tell you what, he's tough. The confetti.
He's tough. I mean, he is the best driver in the country right now, and man, it's hard to beat him, but it's what a great show it was, though. I mean, you know, coming from 14th to do that against this level of talent is truly tremendous.
Well, what's going to stick out to me this weekend, we had great racing Thursday and Friday night in the prelims. And then as we went into Saturday, it continued to deliver. And this racetrack was fantastic. We had a record crowd tonight. We had all the different ages of fans here, which I absolutely love. We saw a lot of first-timers here today, which I especially love. We saw the best in the business going for a purse of over $300,000. It was a lot of close racing. It was a beautiful sunset. But when it was all said and done here tonight, history was made. Bobby Pierce, 3 wins in a row, 4 overall. And hey, we're going to head down the road with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. We'll see you next time. All right, that'll wrap up the Racer broadcast. We've got the non-qualifier feature coming up, and if you hadn't looked at the parking lot, I would watch the non-qualifier feature, unless you like watching taillights in front of you from other cars, as we've got a 3,000 to win non-qualifier race still to go. And hey, it's not too bad. You know, it's about 10 to 11 here local time.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's what, man. These guys put on a show here tonight. And we're going to have, I think the track is pretty dang good for this non-qualifier race. So we'll close things out with this 3,000 to win, 25 laps the distance. Let's go ahead and talk about who's going to be starting where in this one, James.
It'll be Kyle Strickler in that Eddie K Race Cars number 8 out of Mooresville, North Carolina on the pole. That's ought to be the 18, 3-time track champion out of Florence, Kentucky. It'll be Trevor Landrum.
Row 2, Max Blair out of Centerville, Pennsylvania in the 111. The 1Z of Logan Zarin out of Hookstown, PA.
Kyle Bronson, he drives the 40B out of Brandon, Florida. And Adam Stricker in the Tim Logan 11. He's out of Batavia, Ohio.
Row 4, Corey Lawler out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. The 93 and the 09 of Michael Leach out of Sun River, Montana.
Row 5 on the inside will be Trip Gerald. He's in car 4 out of Versailles, Kentucky. And Blake Creech alongside the 317 out of Richmond, Indiana.
Row 6, the number 90 of Michael Lefevers from Cincinnati. And the 15R of Brad Rickles from Verona, Kentucky.
Row 7 will be Austin Lay. He's in the 33 AJ out of Florence, Kentucky. And Josh Vineyard, he's out of Danville, Kentucky in 96.
Row 8, Brandon Hardgrove out of Burnside, Kentucky in the 22B. And the 81 of Connor Mertens out of Charlestown, Indiana.
Donnie Jeske drives the 99 J's out of Dayton, Ohio. He'll start 17th. Starting 18th will be Calvin Carlton in the C8. He's out of C6 rather. He's out of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky.
2 more drivers if they elect to run this race. Will start 19th and 20th. Mike Bargo in the 316 out of Corbin, Kentucky. And Roger Williams from Florence, Kentucky in the 15W. 20 cars, 25 laps. And $3,000 to the winner. And the winner's going to be greeted by Carl down in Victory Lane to talk about this one. As I tell you what, it has been some scenic shots here tonight. And the moon's gone from like the blood red moon to just the conventional, the man sitting up there on the moon looking back at us. What a beautiful sight.